Any way that you saw Jimmy's performance coming in either in warm-ups or practice this week?
No. I wish I could say, that you can tell those things. It's amazing how, sometimes you can though. Sometimes you see a guy, really, I don't know if it's biorhythms or what it is, but humans all kind of peak and valley. And so definitely in practice, sometimes you'll kind of make a mental note that this guy's kind of, I call them upticks and downticks, like this guy's kind of on an uptick and this guy's kind of on a little down. I've seen that over the years, but not in this case. No, I didn't see that one. Didn't see that one coming. But he did that. He did that in another game. Sometimes he just comes out on fire and he goes and gets any shot he wants. And he was sensational.
When you've got a player that's going hard like that, how do you kind of balance what you're doing offensively, or like let him ride that heater?
Yeah, it's just kind of hard, because we want to be really unselfish and we want everybody included, and that's the perfect world. But sometimes a guy just gets hot, and you just gotta go with it. You just gotta ride it, and hopefully you have the character on the team. Everybody understands that. I didn't think anybody cared a lick. I think we're well past that. So when a guy's got a hot hand, you gotta ride it. And they did a good job second half. He didn't, he wasn't as aggressive. We had a big lead, but man, first half. He's put on a show. He was great.
He's been a streaky player at times, but have you ever seen him play better than that? And what was working so well for him?
Well, I've seen him play really well, and it's always, unfortunately, we're all guilty. I'm guilty sometimes, but less guilty probably than some. But, he played well because he scored really well. We all do that. When a guy's scoring, man, is he playing well. And then when he doesn't score so much, boy, he wasn't playing so well. So let's go back to the Georgetown game. I want to say he had 6 points. So you could easily say, well, he didn't play that well. I thought he was great. I thought he ran the game. I thought he was a great point guard in that game. Controlled it, the way he talked, the way his poise. I thought he played great, but maybe he didn't think as much, or fans or whatever, because we all, in basketball, we always look to statistics. So that just happens. I'm guilty sometimes too, but what he was doing is he's just able to go get, he has a knack, you've seen it a long time, he just has a knack between his athleticism, his feel, his high release on his shot. He's just got a knack for scoring in the lane, a little bit of an old school game that not everybody has anymore. Not everybody used to have it either, but more guys could kind of pop up in the lane and shoot the jump shot. But he's really good at it, and it's a weapon for us because we've got a number of three-point shooters, which stretches the floor sometimes and it allows the lane to be open. And you need guys that can finish in the lane, and he's as good as we have at finishing off the dribble on a drive in the paint and shoot over people.
Ethan Shagwa played 15 minutes or something, including just 3 in the first half after starting for you tonight.
They got the fouls. He got two. I think he got two.
Was it just
two fouls?
Just because of the fouls?
He got 2 fouls early, and then Zay was playing. I thought Jamar gave us really good minutes. Jamar played very well. He was right on point. He's coming along, which is exciting. Ferran was outstanding. 9 boards, some good drives. Excited because he's starting to get comfortable being a perimeter player. We're trying to teach him to be a perimeter player, which has a lot to do with your feet and your balance and your feel. And so he jumps out and pops out of a couple screens and hits some threes. That maybe goes unnoticed, but that's a big step for a freshman, and it's going to really help us. And that I have seen coming. I've seen that one coming. I could see we've been working on that for a while. And so, Ethan was just because of foul trouble. Ethan was outstanding at Georgetown. Holy cow. Especially down the stretch. He was fantastic. So just kind of bad luck on his part. They got him off his feet one time, and then another play tried to save. Morgan got behind us one time, and he fouled. So it's just kind of bad luck on that for him.
What do you talk about at halftime when you're sitting on a big lead like that?
Well, I like big halftime leads, but I've always also hated them because I've just seen a million times when the team, no matter what you say, psychologically the game is just going to be different the second half. It just is. And I thought the first 4 or 5 minutes weren't so bad. We looked okay, and then, oh my gosh, there was about a 7 or 8 minute stretch where it's just painful to watch for me. And we've done it before, we have. And going into league, I'm not so sure you're going to have very many great big leads at the half in our league, so it may be a moot point, but it still speaks to a maturity, in my opinion, that it does not matter the time of the game, it doesn't matter the score. There's one way you play, the one level of concentration, and it's not easy to do, and we're all human, but we have not shown a great ability with a great big halftime lead to play the same kind of half. But anyway, it was good enough. It was a good game for us. Great way to go on break. We've had a good couple of weeks of practice. Finally, we have had 5-on-5 practices. We really have. I mean, and they've been good. And even over finals, they were good. Even over a week in between another game where the students are gone, they're just here. I've seen teams have some pretty bad weeks over the years where they're just kind of, but not this group. So I was really proud of the week they had, and glad it went out this way. They've got some days off to recharge, and then we'll come back and get after it and get ready for the league.
What do you take from these past two wins going into conference play?
Just that we're getting better. We're playing better. We've been getting better. I said it from day one. We were behind. We're behind, and it's no one's fault. We could hardly practice 5-on-5, and I saw it first game, second game, third game. It was like, wow, we've never been this far behind. And again, nobody's fault. But we have really gained on it. The bad news is there's other teams that are improving as well. It's not like, everyone else tries to stay stagnant. So I'm looking around, and when you start behind, it's you got a ways to go to catch up, and we have to accelerate. But I can tell you, watching our league, there's some teams that have improved as well, and they're playing awfully well. So we've got a great challenge going into the new year. But I see signs, and I definitely see that we're headed in the right direction.